this side again. Right, that looks good. Let me go ahead and just check around the sides here. All right, this side, just hold still one moment. Don't move. Don't move a muscle. Don't make me use this. No sudden movements. What are you doing out here? Don't you know that the Cannopy Forest is dangerous for travelers? Unless you're a criminal, then it would make sense of why you are wandering in this area alone. I said no sudden movements. Don't make me use my Pokemon on you. And keep your voice down. You don't want to startle any of the high level Pokemon in this area. Alright. I'm not done with you. Don't even think about it. You're not under the influence of carbos, are you? Haven't had too much moo-moo milk to drink, have we? Yeah, follow the light. Just with your eyes, not your head. Keep your head straight. Keep your head still. Just your eyes. Follow the light. We are very careful not to let any miscreants like you seem to be wander our protected areas. Alright, up and down this time. Follow the light. Keep your head still. Follow the light. What about this one? Just your eyes. You better follow it, or I might just take you into custody. Alright, hold still. I'm going to make sure you don't have any hidden weapons here. Why am I checking behind your ears? Well, that just seems to be where people place hidden weapons these days. So, and I'll be asking the questions, so just be quiet. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything behind the ears. Well, looks like you aren't under the influence of any known substance, but if you think that gets you off the hook, then you are very mistaken. I need to see your badges. Yes, your badges. Any reputable trainer would understandably be holding badges, for this forest is quite high level, and if you have journeyed through the Cannopy Forest, then I know you must be strong enough to have at least one badge. The cone badge, you don't say. Let's go ahead and see it. Yep, hand it over. Well, looks legit from first glance. Do you hear that sound? Yes, that's the sound of a legitimately crafted Pokémon Rnager League badge. Any counterfeit badges usually have an ever so slightly, easily dented surface, but just because it looks and feels legit doesn't mean it technically is. Nice try, but that doesn't prove anything. I was forced to confiscate these badges from a recent traveler, a want-to-be trainer like you, who was trying to fool me into thinking that they had earned these badges legitimately. I, of course, know that that was completely a farce and had to confiscate said badges accordingly. Yes, these happen to be Kanto League badges. He was unfortunately, missing one badge. Do you know what badge that would be? Of course, I won't tell you the answer, because any real trainer would know immediately. But 7 badges was not too bad for a criminal, and now he has none, and is, of course, sitting in the detention center, waiting on the evidence that we need to find to secure a conviction. But now these badges are mine, and, well, of course, I must turn them into evidence, but we'll see. These are, of course, just one bounty of many that I've taken from criminals, wannabe ne'er-do-wells, who have attempted to flee the Cannopy Forest into my domain on the edge of these salt flats. So, while your cone badge did indeed look legit, I very much doubt that you were able to defeat Briggs and his powerful fortress, so I remain unconvinced. Now, the next order of business. You say you were heading in which direction? That's a trick question, because you didn't tell me what direction you were heading. So, now that I have lured you into my trap of falsifying your information, why don't you go ahead and attempt to falsify the details of your travels? Please do humor me. Yes. Just completed your adventure in the Cannopy Forest, I bet. And where are you headed now? Defeated Briggs, I forgot to, of course, take in that detail. And what did you do before challenging and defeating Gym Leader Briggs? You also defeated Ronan in Snow Peak. Now this story is getting ever so rich. And where might a powerful trainer like you be headed now, once you have made it here to the edge of the Cannopy Forest? Into the salt flats. And how many badges do you have? 2 badges. And someone like you thinks that they can traverse the salt flats with just the power of 2 badges. And what do I have to assume? 2, 3, 4, even measly Pokemon? Well, good luck. But for what it's worth, I still don't believe you. And why would I? You have the looks of criminal scum, and, well, I just can't take those type of people in my vicinity. But if you indeed insist on claiming that you are a legitimate trainer, why don't you go ahead and let me know what your trainer identification number is, and I'll feed it through my walkie-talkie back to headquarters. Alright, go ahead.
Requesting a Pokemon Trainer ID search.
Go ahead. I'm just making sure that they can hear your voice through the walkie-talkie. Alright.
Did you copy that? No, I see. Of course. So they are registered with the Pokemon League. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you. Of course. Roger.
Alright, well, my apologies. It does seem that you are indeed absolutely a legitimate trainer, and everything you have said is 100% true. So let me just dust you off there. I don't know why my headquarters forces me to act that way towards everyone, no matter what, but it's, of course, not my intention to offend anyone, so I do apologize if somehow that was remotely done to you. Now, let's go ahead and get you ready for your trip through the Salt Flat Desert. Now, of course, as you know, the Salt Flat Desert is very dangerous and must not be trifled with if you are unprepared or injured. So the first thing that I will do is go ahead and treat your Pokemon. I have a wonderful hyper potion here that will heal all of the ailments of your Pokemon. So please do line them up, and I will give each a spritz. Alright, first up, your Shelter. It looks like a wonderful Pokemon, by the way. Alright. Perfect. Shelter. And next, your Tinkertuff. Yes. Alright. And now your Marstomp. You have done such a wonderful job with your Pokemon. No wonder you are such a wonderful trainer. And last but not least, your Duskull. Alright, and just for good measure, just a few on you as well. Alright, that should have you and your Pokemon feeling tip-top shape and ready for your travels. But I can't help but notice that you do have a few scuffs and nicks and knacks from wandering through that thick timber in the Cannopy Forest. Those branches tend to scratch and scuff the arms, maybe tear at your shin just a bit with the undergrowth, so don't worry, I can get you bandaged up. What else is a Pokemon Ranger for? Anyway, we of course are meant to serve the people and ensure that you and others like you and your ilk can travel these areas safely and make you aware of the possible dangers afoot and powerful Pokemon that lurk in the area. This, of course, is just some nice bandaging. As you can hear, it has quite a nice, soft texture to it. It is somewhat relaxing just to listen to, but it's even more relaxing to treat wounds with. As you can hear, I will go ahead and begin tearing off pieces, and we'll begin bandaging any of those areas. So I will begin up here near your neck. Please do hold still. All right, and the other side. This side again. Excellent, and this side one more. And how's that feeling? Both sides looking good. Perfect. And if you can just hold out your arms there for me, I'm going to go ahead and take care of any of those scratches and cuts there. All right, here we go. Perfect. And once more. And this side here. Once again. Perfect. And I'm just going to wrap a few around those arms just to bandage and protect, possibly from the sunlight here. It is quite harsh in the salt flat desert, so let's go ahead and prepare. All right, once again, arm out, please. All right, and this side here. And that does indeed look to be all of the bandages that you will need for your travels. It looks like all of the nicks and cuts and bruises have been fully taken care of. How do you feel? All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and make sure that you haven't been damaged by any of these Pokemon or my rough treatment earlier, or anything like that. All right, let's go ahead and get that pen light out one more time. We're just going to be flashing that light in your eyes quickly and rapidly. Just try to look straight ahead, and I'm just testing your pupil dilation to that quick and changing sunlight. The sunlight in the salt flats will be quite harsh and can change on a dime. So make sure that you are prepared, and I just want to make sure that your eyes are healthy. Alright, that looks good. Let me go ahead and just check around the sides here. Alright, this side, just hold still one moment. I'm just looking along the edge of your retina. Alright, it's looking good. Of course, the eyes are one of the most easily damaged in the salt flats. Okay. And this side, please do remain still. Hold your head here. Perfect. Alright, let's see what that looks like there. We're just taking a look at that retina once again. Alright, you look rather healthy in the eye department. Let's go ahead and test that hearing in case a powerful Pokemon is approaching you from either side. You need to quickly be able to act, unless you're wearing camouflage like I am with my vest here. All Pokemon Rangers have vests like these that protect them not only from limbs and trees that might try to brush against you as you push your way through dangerous terrain, but also can help you avoid detection by dangerous Pokemon like Ursaring. Alright, so when you hear the sounds in your ears, please do tell me which side are you prepared. Alright, I assure you this is very much necessary. Which side is that on? Okay. Which side? Perfect. Which side? Okay. Which side? Excellent. Which side? And yes, that was a trick. It was on both sides that last time. Alright, looks like you are perfectly fine in the ear and hearing area, so I think you will be able to hear any of these Pokemon who are quite powerful approach you. Now, with that said, is there anything else I can help you with? Yes, directions. Well, I guess I should have started with that when I saw you here. This, of course, is the junction between the salt flats and the Cannopy Forest, sort of a rest stop, a reprieve from your travels and the dangerous Pokemon battles and other dangers that lurk in the area. If you continue to head along the path, you will no doubt encounter the desert daycare. If you do have any Pokemon who are baby Pokemon or perhaps an egg, they are experts and specialize in training Pokemon in the toughest conditions. That's why they, of course, have their headquarters in the desert. We also have Stonefalls City in the distance there. It will be quite the travel, but I'm sure you are very well capable of making it. And beyond that, I think you'll find your way. Any other questions? All right. Well, it was a pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. Pleasure to meet you. And I do hope there are no hard feelings for any of my misconduct earlier. Please don't report that to any of my superiors. I am, of course, on strike too, but I assure you those first two were absolutely not my fault. So, without any further ado, I have other matters and trainers to attend to. Please do be careful on your journey and enjoy the road. All right, safe travels.